Okay, I've got a couple of flights to show you. I wanted to test this plane out in some significant wind. I took it out to fly today. We weren't supposed to have much of any wind at all. When I got out there, it was 5 to 8 in the first flight, and then it was 6 to 10 in the second flight. And that's what I had it on the ground according to my wind meter, and usually the wind 25-30 feet in the air is significantly stronger than what you feel on the ground because it's surrounded by foothills and they kind of baffle the wind. But in one of the later flights, I really got a good gust of wind coming up when I was coming in for a landing, and it had its first durability test, and it passed its first durability test, but I did lose a prop. So my suggestion is with this flat plate wing, if you're flying in significant amount of wind, make sure that when you're turning either downwind or turning upwind, make sure that you have a little bit of nose attitude, because what happened was I was making my turn to come in for a landing, and I allowed myself to get nose down when I was descending, and then when the gust of wind came up, it hit the top of that wing plate and it just slammed the plane down on the ground. I mean, it was a significant gust of wind, and it was close enough to the ground that I couldn't catch it. I didn't have time to react to it. And so it hit hard on the landing gear. It came down, nose first. I was still in the throttle a bit, which is why I lost the prop. So, but other than breaking the prop in half, that was it. Everything withstood the impact there. So, just a tip for you. So now we'll go ahead and I'll show you how this plane handles in the wind. See how it feels.
Okay, I'm out here with the Yak54 3D plane. We've got wind at 5 to 8, so I wanted to test it out in a little bit of wind today and see how it hand launches as well. So we'll see how this goes. Oh, well, no drama. Launching it in a 5 to 8 mile an hour wind by hand. That was pretty easy. Oh, look at that. We can hover it. It's a horizontal hover though. I don't think that's what they meant by 3D. Yeah, usually the wind 20 or 30 feet up in the air is a lot stiffer than you feel on the ground. Yeah, sure is. That's more than 8 mile an hour wind up there. Hee hee hee. Slick. So, I don't know. I don't know what the wind is up there. I would say probably 8 to 10, at least. You can fly it slow to begin with, but you can certainly fly it slow with a pretty good headwind. Yeah, I know, that's not fair. It's not fair doing a vertical hover and wind like that. gosh, it has so much power. It's going to be hard to, it's going to take some practice to learn how to hover this thing. Because it will pull up quickly. And I'm definitely not going to be able to do it in this wind. But I just wanted to see, you know, how well, because this thing is really floaty and it flies really slowly to begin with. So I was just curious how it would handle some significant wind, and man, it seems to handle it pretty well. Alright, so let's bring it back over here. Come into the wind and see if we can land it. I better back up. Hey, cool. Man, this is such a fun plane. I'm telling you, I'm having a blast with this. And it handles, well, 6 to 8 mile an hour on the ground. I would definitely say it's at least 8 to 10 mile an hour. About 20, 25, 30 feet up off the ground. And it even feels like it's hitting about 10 mile an hour on the ground here now. So about 20, 25 feet up in the air, I could hover it horizontally, not vertically, but horizontally. So this thing is a lot of fun, even in the wind. All right, I want to get another flight on this Yak54 3D plane before it gets too windy. I pulled out my wind meter at the end of the last flight, and it was kicking up to 10 mile an hour on the ground now, but it comes and it goes. You know, it'll drop down to 4 mile an hour and then pick up to 10. So let's see. We're going to try and hand launch it again to see which direction the wind is coming from now. All right. No drama. Just the way I like it. There comes the wind again. Oh yeah, sweet. This plane seems to handle it just fine. I'm really surprised. I thought in a 10 mile an hour wind this would be way too much of a handful. I know. Seems to do just fine. Now it does get moved around a bit in wind like that, as you can see. But not bad at all. You want to make sure you keep a little more blue sky between the plane and the ground, since it does get moved around. You do just about stationary loops in a 10 mile an hour wind. Hey? You guys, you are going to have a blast with this if you get one. I've got the 850mm amp3 selling here right now. Is that awesome or what? Uh-oh. Timer. Man, that is too much fun. Okay, let's bring it back over here again and see if I can land on this little tiny dirt lane over here. Again. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, that was interesting. Boy, gusted up there right as I was coming in. But no harm, no foul. Man, what a blast. I am telling you, this is one fun plane. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the air.